Well, we now move on to the main body of the event, which is all about the ProVen VCTs. And I'm just going to give you a little review of the year before we go into a bit more detail with both Stuart and Karen's presentations. I'm not quite sure how to use this, but no, I'm going back. Oh, it's that clicker. That's all right. So it's been a good year for the ProVen VCTs, helped in part by a strong UK economy with low unemployment, low UK base rates, and the second longest bull market in history, with the FTSE actually breaching 7,500, the highest on record. But there are worrying signs, or something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Probably like you, I'm getting a little bit fed up of the daily depressing dosages of him and the B word. And that has started to sap consumer confidence. Report out by the CBI showed retailers are really struggling now. 50% of retailers recording falling sales. And that, I think, is one of the worst monitors that's come out in recent years. GDP growth is slowing, and inflation is up, and interest rates are likely to rise as well. So how have we adapted to this? Well, we've taken advantage of the very, very high valuations in the market. This has been our best year for exiting from investments, 5 investments and 32 million. And we're going to continue that process of seeking good exits for our portfolio companies. On the other side, on the investing side, we've been far more cautious. We've invested nearly 22 million, 16 in 6 new investments here, and another 6 million in 7 existing investments. And the reason for the caution is obviously the high valuations. And we want to maintain our rigor and discipline about making investments and not chasing valuations upwards. So how have we done? Well, some of you will be aware that we've made some special dividends this year because of the strong exit performance. Those of you that are ProVen shareholders will have seen if you invested 10,000 in February, you would have seen a dividend this year of around £900 tax-free. And if you're a ProVen growth and income shareholder, you would have received on the similar basis, if you'd had 10,000, around 1,500 in a dividend tax-free. And what of the future? Well, something called patient capital review has been looming over us. You will be aware that there was a tightening of the VCT rules last year, and the subsequent patient capital review, which Stuart's going to go into a bit more detail, I think is going to also have an impact on VCTs. I think the budget and the hunger for more tax revenue will probably create a real possibility that the 30% tax relief will be affected for future fundraising. So we've taken the opportunity to do a small top-up with both ProVen Growth and Income and ProVen VCT, and we believe, though it's unclear, that might be one of the last at the old 30% rate. We've also launched something called ProVen Legacy, which is an inheritance tax mitigating fund, and this is so that we can continue to make debt investments. The tightening of the VCT regs last year forbade VCTs from making debt investments in companies. ProVen Legacy takes up that prospect and enables investors to have access to a debt investment portfolio with inheritance tax mitigation. So you can pick those up from the foyer. Unlike Alice's book, that's not in the foyer, I thought it might be, but won't be quite such an interesting read, but might help your financial health. So I'm going to move on now to Stuart. Stuart Ville's our managing partner, And Stuart's going to talk in more detail about the performance of the VCTs.